And hey! Forward, march.
Permission to post colors.
Post.
Present arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms. Detail. Dismiss.
Now we'd like to take a moment to honor the brave individuals who have dedicated their lives to protecting others. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember and pay our respects to the fallen firefighters, law enforcement officers, military personnel, and emergency medical professionals. Their courage, sacrifice, and service will never be forgotten. Please be seated. Again, if you don't mind, big round of applause for Choice City and Drums. For you folks coming in just now, there is seating up here on my right. If you'd like to do that, we also have overflow seating in the bays. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Spring 2025 Fire One Academy graduation. This is an exciting day for our graduates and their families, and we're honored to be here to celebrate their hard work and dedication. I'm John McDougall. I'm the Fire Science Program Director here at Ames Community College. And before we begin, I would like to introduce you to someone who has been instrumental in shaping the future of public safety programs here at Ames. Please join me in welcoming Ames Community College Director of Public Safety Institute, Mr. Ross Perkins.
Thank you, John. Well, good morning, everyone. It is just such an honor to be here today and to celebrate the completion of an amazing semester for these cadets. But before I get to my remarks, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize one person in particular. Chief John McDougall, over here, has been with the Fire Science Program and Fire Academy as a director for over 9 years. He'll be retiring here in about a month and a half. It has been an honor and a pleasure to work beside John. I've learned so much about the fire industry and all that it takes to be here today. I'd like to just take a moment and give John a round of applause. John, can you stand? Thank you, John. Thank you for joining us today as we celebrate the success and dedication of our Fire Academy students. Over the past 16 weeks, these individuals have committed themselves to the rigorous study, hands-on training, and personal growth, all to reach this moment. It is truly inspiring to witness the transformation that takes place over the course of a semester. From the very first day of class, when many of them arrive with wide eyes and uncertainty. Remember those days? They begin a journey into the unknown. As the weeks progress, we see their confidence grow, their skills sharpen, and their determination solidify. It's a remarkable evolution that reminds us of why we do this work. Throughout their time together, each academy formed a strong bond built on mutual support and shared goals. They encouraged one another through long study sessions, practical challenges, and moments of doubt. I hope you didn't have any of those. And in the process, many have not only gained colleagues, many have formed lasting friendships. This journey has been guided and made possible by the incredible leadership and mentorship of their lead instructors, Tyler Cheshire, Rito Gallardo, and Rob Willits. Let's give them a round of applause. Their expertise, patience, and passion have been instrumental in shaping the success of each student here. We're also fortunate to have the dedicated group of assistant instructors who have played a vital role throughout the semester. Without these instructors, the Fire Academy could not exist. If you are an assistant instructor or have taught for the Academy, can you raise your hand or stand up so we can recognize you? They're over there. Randy, come on. Finally, I want to welcome you, the family and friends of the graduates. As you may or may not know, you play a critical role in their success and why they are here today. I want to thank you for that support. Yeah, let's do it. Today, we don't just celebrate the completion of this program. We honor the commitment, the resilience, and the beginning of a new chapter in service to others. Congratulations to all our students. You've earned this moment. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize and invite the Dean of Public Safety, Education, and Transportation, Dr. Susan Moreland, up here to give us a few words and to welcome some guests. Dr. Moreland?
Hello, graduates. Hello, graduates, distinguished guests, friends, and family. After 20 years of active duty service in the United States Air Force, I am honored to serve as the academic dean of this exceptional Public Safety Institute at Ames Community College. Thanks kindly for giving me a few minutes of your time. First and foremost, I'd like to take a minute to recognize a few distinguished Ames Community College guests who have joined us in the audience today. As I call your name, would you kindly stand up or wave your hand in the air to be recognized? Janine Truswell, Ames Community College Board of Trustee. Chuck Jensen, Vice President of Administrative Services. Dr. David Ayler, my boss, Vice President of Ames Community College. Academic Affairs. And he's the Vice President of Academic Affairs. I forgot to add that. Next, I have in the audience Dr. Jim Vernon, my colleague, Dean of Business and Technology, way back there. And we have Kelly Jackson in the audience. She is the Executive Director for Foundation. Thanks again to all of you for attending and to the rest of you for being here today too. We're delighted to have all of you in the audience. So graduates, looking at all of you, your rigorous academic journey coupled with the physical and mental challenges you've overcome is truly commendable. So please accept my heartfelt congratulations on your well-deserved success. May your future endeavors be filled with joy and prosperity. Congratulations. So I am the academic dean, which means I need to take this opportunity to invite all of you back to Ames Community College to continue your education journey. As you know, we have multiple associate degrees, and we now have a bachelor's degree. We just had 3 graduates yesterday walk across the stage. The bachelor's degree is a fully online, generally 8-week courses available at the same tuition rate as an associate degree. That is, starting this fall, $87 a credit. And that's 80% less than any 4-year university you're going to find in this area. So I hope to see all of you back here. But again, I just wanted to congratulate all of you in person. Thank you for giving me the time. And I'm going to hand it back over now to the Director of Fire Science Program, Chief John McDougall.
Okay, some of the other folks we want to thank that Ross did a pretty good job of taking care of the faculty and folks involved, but we also have a good friend and colleague here with us today. He's got so many fans that Taylor Swift is jealous. Ted Posiewak, please stand and be recognized. Thanks for coming all the way from North Carolina to be here today. Ted, we're so honored to have you. Also, the support of this would not be possible. The guy that really oversees the academies, and I mean, the guy's got a super long leash. I hardly have to say anything to him every day. He just gets the job done. Everything that is done around here is done with Ronnie Riedel. Please stand up, be recognized. Everybody knows, absolutely. Some of the folks here supporting us today to document and make it a special day for us. We have Miss Kaylee Bell, standing there in the back. So afterwards, we're gonna have some nice cupcakes and things. Thank you, Kaylee, and event staff, for all you do for us and for Ames. We also have Alex. Where you at, Alex? Way in the back. He's the guy taking all the pictures. So thank you, Alex. So I hope I didn't forget anybody. I think there's so many folks here to thank, and I appreciate every one of you. And now on to the big thing, and that is introducing our guest speaker for today's event. Assistant Chief Ben Ojinaga brings over 34 years of fire service experience, including more than 2 decades with the Greeley Fire Department. His career began in 1991 in New Mexico, where he gained diverse experience across volunteer, paid-on-call, combination, and career fire agencies. Ben holds a Bachelor of Business Administration and Associate's degree in Fire Science Technology from New Mexico State University. He is also a proud graduate of the National Fire Academy's prestigious Managing Officer Program. Since joining the Greeley Fire Department in 2003, Chief Ojinaga has served in a range of operational roles, from firefighter, firefighter EMT, to lieutenant, to battalion chief. He currently serves as the Assistant Chief of Operations, responsible for leading daily emergency response and managing overall fire department operations. In addition to his leadership, Ben has been an adjunct faculty member here at Ames since 2003, where he shares his expertise with students in Fire EMS and Corporate Solutions program. It is an absolute honor and privilege to introduce you today our guest speaker for today's event, Assistant Chief Ben Ojinaga.
Thank you, Chief McDougal, for those kind words. As he said, my name is Ben Ojinaga. I work for the Greeley Fire Department, where I've had the honor of serving for over 22 years. Thank you for granting me the honor to address you graduates and your families today. In January, each of you commenced a 13-week journey to acquire foundational knowledge in firefighting. Under the instruction of some of the regions, and I would say most skilled firefighters in the nation, you guys have attained the knowledge, skills, abilities, and tools to now call yourselves firefighters. In speaking with a couple of you today, I was made aware of your class motto. The Day Academy's class motto is discipline over motivation. Is that correct? Night Academy, all grit, no quit. That's awesome. That ties in greatly to a question I have for each and every one of you. Are you ready? You have entered a trade and profession with origins literally thousands of years old. In the 2nd century BC in Egypt, there's evidence of rudimentary firefighting tools and practices. By the 6th century AD, the Romans were the first to establish organized public fire brigades in efforts to provide a safer environment for their communities and to extinguish fires. In the 12th century AD, the infamous Knights of Malta, while not directly engaged in firefighting, were renowned for their courageous acts of rescue and aid during battle of their fellow comrades, often taking their capes to extinguish fires during these during these battles. Because of this, they were adorned the Maltese cross, which you see behind you there. The Maltese cross on your patch and your uniforms, which is the iconic symbol of the fire department today. Fast forward to 17th century United States. Initial efforts focused on fire prevention rather than suppression. Starting in the 1730s, inspired by the Benjamin Franklin, organizing the first volunteer fire brigades. The first publicly funded fire department established in 1775, around the birth of our nation. Fast forward to the 20th and 21st century. For the past 30 years, I've had a front row seat into the evolution of this fire service, as many of you that are here. We have expanded our offerings, not just to firefighting, but what we call an all-hazard occupation. We provide emergency medical services, specialized rescue services, hazardous materials response, and over the past 10, 15 years, we've evolved to assist our law enforcement partners to provide active assailant rescue task force response. In this day and age, we want to allow all our citizens the fighting chance to be able to survive if they're injured in one of these horrific incidents. That's part of our calling. Our profession is characterized by agility and adaptability. You probably are all sitting here wondering why you're getting a history lesson. Well, first and foremost, I love history and I love the fire service. So if I get a chance to talk about both, well, you're going to get a little bit of a lesson. Secondly, because it's important that we understand the origins of this profession and this trade, where it's come from and where it's going. Third, but most importantly, because you now represent the fire service, a collective that is bigger than each and every one of you. Some of you already serve with fire departments. Others aspire to do so. You are now held to a higher standard than the normal citizen that sits every day. You just don't represent yourself and your families. You now represent this college, your respective fire agencies, and the fire service as a whole. Your conduct, both on and off duty, will be scrutinized. Are you ready for this responsibility? The uniform I wear does not belong to me. It belongs to the collective fire service. It symbolizes all who have came before us and all who will follow. The same applies to you. Wear it with pride and a sense of responsibility. As I mentioned earlier, you are representing a service and profession that is greater than yourselves. Are you ready to wear the uniform? As you begin your journey in the fire service, I want to present you with 6 challenges. Number 1, leave it better than you found it. As a whole, as you enter this career, leave the fire service better than you found it. But when you show up for your shift every day, leave it better than you found it. If it's dirty, clean it. If it needs to be fixed, fix it. Leave it better than you found it. This was some wisdom instilled in me early in my career by one of my mentors, Hub Albrandt, who's a retired chief from Mountain View Fire and Rescue. Number 2, be kind. It costs nothing to be kind to one another, to your families and friends after a long shift, but most importantly, to the citizens you're going to be sworn to serve. Number 3, prioritize your self-care, both physically and mentally. This job is a labor job. It's a job with your hands, as you've gotten a chance to experience over the past 13 weeks. It requires you to be fit. You no longer have the option to be unfit. It is your responsibility to stay physically fit. It is also your responsibility to stay mentally fit. This job will test you. Utilize the resources out there in your communities within your fire departments to stay mentally healthy. Number 4, embrace the suck. Sometimes this job won't be fun. Sometimes this job will test you, as I said. There are going to be days and nights of long shifts in the cold, in the hot, in the rain, in the snow, maybe doing things that aren't super exciting. Embrace it. You are called to do this. Learn to build physical and mental resiliency. As you've learned the past 13 weeks under the direction of your instructors, there's always more in the tank. Your mind is weaker than your body. Number 5, surrender to the process. And what I mean by this is you're all going to go to different fire agencies. Some might go to different fire academies. You're going to learn some things just a little bit different. Maybe how you pull hose here in the academy is just a little bit different in the fire department you go to. Maybe the way they do search is just a little bit different. That's okay. There are many, many ways to do this job and the things you've learned, right? Surrender to the process of where you're at. Surrender to the process of your department. We all serve different demographics, fire departments, from rural agencies to big city agencies. Take all the things you've learned under this foundation of your 13-week academy, put it in the toolbox, and I guarantee you're going to have to pull it out one day and use it. Be constant learners. There's always learning to do in this job. Number 6, commit to the principles of preparedness, proficiency, and continuous improvement. As I stated earlier, we're an industry that's agile and adaptable. We need to be prepared for the next challenge that comes our way. But on a micro level, the fire always gets a vote. You don't know what the fire's, where it's been, where it's going. Be prepared to make that change and be agile to be able to change the tactic you're using, change the task you're doing. Stay proficient. Over the past 13 weeks, you learned a ton of skills, right? From ladders to forcible entry to SCBA to search. All those skills are perishable. It is incumbent upon each of you to maintain your proficiency with those skills. Do the basics flawlessly and practice the what-ifs. The basics are what get us through this job. And last, continuous improvement. Always seek to do it better. Always seek to be perfect, and along the way you may become excellent. Each of you present today embodies the future of the fire service. It is your responsibility to lay the groundwork for the next generation. The foundation of our profession is a service to our fellow citizens. They will call us during the darkest hours whether their loved one is experiencing a medical emergency or if their home is on fire. You know what our citizens expect? In the words of the late Chief John Ebersol of the Chicago Fire Department, they want 5 brain surgeon decathlon champions to come out and solve all their problems. Are you ready to bear this responsibility of being the most trusted individual to resolve the most challenging and catastrophic events these citizens are experiencing? Graduates, congratulations on this momentous achievement and embarking on what I feel is the greatest profession in the world. I am committed to your success, as is all the fire service. We are relying on all of you to lead the next generations of this profession. You are our future. To the families, thank you for your sacrifices and the sacrifices your loved ones will make in the service of this noble cause. Holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, and special occasions may not always align with their true dates. But please recognize they are serving something far greater than themselves. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Chief John McDougall for his mentorship and leadership over the past several years that I got to work with him. Congratulations on your retirement, Chief. Graduates, families, thank you. And one last time, are you ready? Thank you.
Chief, I want to thank you for volunteering. I told him. No, thank you for being here today and being our guest speaker. We really appreciate you. It's my pleasure to present you with the brand new fire science coin. I think some of you saw it on the screen when you came in. Pride, service, commitment, education, service are the mottos and our goals, our values. Thank you so much for everything and being a partner with Ames Community College. Thank you very much. Okay. So before we get to the the fun slideshows, I'd like to invite to the stage the Day Academy lead instructor, one of two, Tyler Cheshire being the other that Ross mentioned. So Rito, can you please come to the stage and give us the audience a brief overview of what it's like for a day in the academy?
All right, academy overview. A day in the fire academy is not for the faint of heart. Each morning began the same way, with discipline and precision. Students were expected to arrive at least 15 minutes early, setting up their personal protective equipment, bunker gear and SCBA, ensuring everything was parade ready. Then, standing at attention, in formation, the tone for the day was set. Focus, detail, and professionalism. The day began with posting of the colors, followed by a classroom lecture or immediate transition into hands-on skills training. Classroom sessions covered critical topics like firefighter survival, building construction, search, fire behavior, and fire attack. But the real education happened when these students stepped onto the drill ground. Before skills training, students completed a physical fitness routine. About 30 minutes of effort designed to push their limits and prepare them for the demands of the job. After that, it was time to learn and apply the fundamentals of firefighting. They began with the basics, learning to don their bunker gear and their SCBA. From there, they tackled essential skills: search and rescue, forcible entry, ladder placement, operating power equipment and saws, hose management, water supply, and then ultimately live fire attack. But to simply describe their curriculum doesn't do it justice. These students were challenged mentally and physically. From day one, each of them faced fears. Some battled claustrophobia. Others, fear of heights. But all of them worked through exhaustion, through injuries, and through conditions that pushed them far behind their comfort zones. They trained in heat and cold, and through the long days, they tested not only their bodies, but their determination. They carried the weight of heavy gear and even heavier expectations. They were given massive amounts of information and were expected to perform under pressure in high-stress situations because that's what the job demands. To stand here today, each graduate has earned it through sheer grit, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to excellence. They faced tough decisions, made real sacrifices, and pushed through moments when giving up might have seemed easier. And you never gave up. To our graduates, enjoy this moment. You've earned it, but remember, it's only the beginning. Stay hungry for knowledge. Stay humble in your service. Take care of one another. Never settle for the status quo. And always remember, there's no such thing as a routine call. Congratulations.
All right, now we're going to have a little bit of fun entertainment. Each semester, we ask the two academies individually to put together 3, 5, 6 minute or so video montage introducing you to all of their academy people and also to show us some of the cool activities they did. So we're going to spend the next 7, 8 minutes or so watching 2 videos. So Ronnie, if you don't mind, cue up the day academy and then followed by the night. Thank you. Okay, great job on those videos, guys. It's very entertaining. Thank you. Okay, so Day Academy, let's get ready to graduate. You ready to go? Let's do it. I'd like to invite to the stage Rito Gallardo, Dustin Westover, and Randy Kolb, along with Chief Posiewek. Okay, guys, go ahead and take your place and let's graduate.
So I told Knight Academy before I was given this honor to introduce all of you for this exciting time that I come from a Polish heritage, and my last name is Posiewak. So every time that we had ceremonies and my name was going to be called, that was always the most tense and embarrassing time. So I'm going to do my very best to give you the honor that you deserve, but please show me a little grace if I get it wrong. It's not intentional, but I think I got it. First, Landon Anderson. Nathan Bailey. Zachary Blevins. This might be one. Annika Falvo. Did I get it right? Good. All right. Jacob Farrar. Seth Foltz. Josiah Fuentes. Here we go. Luigi Gavidia Francia. Zachariah Granby. William Hershey. Jacob Hopkins. Kaylin Conkey. Watch this. Mark Lowy. All that practice. Samantha Loesch. Cameron Ludgate. Robert Orozco. Luke Rankin. Wyatt Rapay. Caleb Salas. Caleb Shell. Cooper Schumacher. And Evan Udolph. Congratulations, Day Academy. Knight Academy, if you'd please take your position to graduate. Ariel Barker. Connor Black. Benjamin Bryant. John Callahan. Kaylee De Los Santos. Charles De Rosiers. Riley Edwards. Michael Esley. Carter Grube. Brandon Hornby. Justin Howard. Owen Kite. Maria Lops. Lopes. Lops. It's Lops. Alexander Lopez. Dylan Meisters. Carson Riley. Carson couldn't be here today, but we'll give him a reward anyways. Jack Schaefer. Nathan Stongel. And last but certainly not least, Coulter Terry. Coulter Terry. Congratulations, Knight Academy.
Day Academy. Class motto. Knight Academy. Class motto. Okay, I have the pleasure of introducing the recipients of our awards that we present to each academy. So each academy is given an academic award, a top rung award, and the David E. Goodell Leadership Award. I'll start with the academic award. The first award we are presenting today is the Academic Excellence Award. In every academy, candidates are held to a high standard, but in the Fire Academy, that standard is even higher. While most academic programs consider 70% a passing grade, here the bar is raised to 80%. Why? Because in the fire emergency services, there is no room for average. There is no room for just getting by. Each time a firefighter, EMT, or paramedic puts on the uniform, they are expected to perform at the highest level. Because their decisions have real life and death consequences for themselves, their teammates, and for the people they are sworn to protect. Success in the academy requires more than just showing up. Students are expected to dedicate 2 to 3 hours outside of class every day to their academics. That's on top of the responsibilities such as jobs, family, and the daily pressures of life. Every candidate here today has risen to that challenge. Each of them has shown the commitment, the discipline, and the heart required to be part of the fire service. But today we recognize the individual who stood among this exceptional group, someone who rose to the top of the class academically, mastering the material and embodying the pursuit of excellence. It is my honor to present the academic award to the top academic performer. For the Day Academy, Samantha Loesch. Knight Academy, John Callahan. You look surprised. Did I say your name right? Okay, good. Congratulations. The next award is one of the most meaningful honors presented by the Academy. It's the Top Rung Award. What sets this award apart is that it's not chosen by instructors, but by the members of the Academy class themselves. The recipient is someone recognized by their peers as a high performer, a motivator, a caring teammate, and above all, a true leader and mentor. This individual has consistently stepped up, not just to succeed personally, but to serve, support, and inspire those around them. They have played a vital role in bringing the class together as a team and as a family. Over the past 15 weeks, this class has faced intense training, long days, and countless challenges. Along the way, they've had to learn how to work together, live together, grow together. And through it all, the recipient of this award has stood out as someone who lifted others up and helped them rise. Being recognized by one's peers is a rare and powerful honor. In many ways, it speaks more about the person's character and impact than any other accolade. The Top Rung Award carries that weight and that meaning. It is with great respect and admiration that we now present the Top Rung Award. Day Academy, Mark Lowy. Knight Academy, Benjamin Bryant. You want to do this one? The final award we present to each academy is each academy class is the David E. Goodell Leadership Award. Leadership is not about rank, title, or position. It is about influence and character. True leadership means putting others before you and committing to a life of service than being served. In the fire and emergency services, leadership isn't optional. It is expected. Whether on a fire ground, in a medical emergency, or any moment of crisis, leadership must be present. When someone calls 911, they don't see bugles, bars, or badges. They see a uniform, and in that, they expect a leader. This award is named in honor of David Goodell, a man who lived and breathed this ideal. Dave served as an engineer with the Loveland Fire Department and as an instructor here at Ames Community College. His legacy lives on in the standards he helped build and the lives he touched. Dave believed that he had to be a great firefighter. Dave believed that to be a great firefighter, one needed more than just physical strength. He believed in the power of common sense, real-world experience, and the wisdom that comes from continual learning. He lived his passion every day, dedicating his life to preparing others for the challenges of the job, until his life was tragically cut short on April 22nd, 1989. We honor his memory by recognizing those who carry forward that same spirit of leadership, service, and excellence. This semester's recipients of the David Goodell Leadership Award were selected by their instructors. These individuals demonstrated leadership from the very first day and continued to lead by example, by attitude, and by action throughout the entire academy. It is a great privilege to present this award in David Goodell's name and to recognize the leaders who are already shaping the future of the fire service. For the Day Academy, Samantha Loesch.
Congratulations again.
Night Academy, Maria Lopez.
Lopes.
Excuse me, it's Lopes.
Lops. Would you like to tell them? The true leaders. Good job. Good job. Congratulations. Sorry about that. Good job.
All right, one more time for all of our award winners and all of our graduates. I think it's the first time ever dual leadership awards to our young ladies. Congratulations, Power of the Women. I love it. Congratulations. How awesome. It's really tough. I think we're 90% male in the industry, and to see time and time again each academy to be represented with the females in our program is just amazing. They really lead the way and do a great job, all of them. One final thing I need to do, a representative from the Day Academy would like to present something, and so I said I would give her some time to do that before we go to the refreshments. Go ahead, Sam.
On behalf of the Academy, we wanted to take a moment to also recognize our instructors. The first day, they asked us to commit fully to the process. They told us that that would look like blood, sweat, and tears. Later, we realized it also would include some vomit. And on the last day, they circled back, checked in with us. We had checked those boxes, and I just wanted to say that they also committed to us during that process, to our success, and to our futures. So to our instructors, both the lead and all the assistant instructors, our chiefs and Chief McDougall, thank you for being a part of our last class and supporting us all the way. This is for you all.
All right, thank you very much. That concludes our ceremony for today. I really appreciate everybody being here today. It's a great crowd, great way to be enthusiastic. Some announcements. We have our refreshments are towards the front, just past the stairs in the lobby. You'll find cupcakes and water and things. You make your way over there to get the refreshments. You're also welcome to be escorted by your student to the high bay and to look at some of the facilities we have. I'm sure they'd love to show them off. The only thing is we have to be out the door by 1 so that we make room for our police academy guests to come and our police academy get practiced on our ceremony. So again, thank you, everybody. This is a memorable one for me personally, and I appreciate you all very much. Thank you for coming. Congratulations.